What's up, guys? Welcome back into the YouTube channel. So I got this video started late. We are actually heading to Kentucky. We're gonna go over the weekend, but where we are going and going to visit this guy to pick up a new YouTube project vehicle. He actually got called into work, so we are going. It's Tuesday, the day after New Year's. So we got JD driving, and then the wife is in the back seat. We are actually going to head over there, check this vehicle out, figure to bring you guys along and show you. But we probably won't be able to do a reveal video till tomorrow, because obviously when we get back, it's going to be 9:30 at night. But bring you guys along. We'll hopefully not run into any issues, but we'll keep you updated. So stay tuned, guys. What's up, guys? Welcome back into the YouTube channel. So it's been a week since the first part of this video is filmed. I put out on my Instagram and stuff, hey, I bought a new vehicle, what brand do you think it is, all this. And well, today we're gonna start, I guess, kind of the build series on it. I wanna do like a different type of build series. I wanna do like a budget build series, and say I buy whatever part, I'm gonna kind of break it down for you guys, show that you don't have to spend thousands of dollars sending your vehicle to a shop or wherever to have it built. Like, you guys can do it in your shop, your garage, your driveway for cheap. A lot of the parts that I find, I'm either on Marketplace, or I'll go to my local junkyards, or I just find somebody that's parting a vehicle out and I just kind of go and look at it and go from there. But we're gonna go ahead and dive right on into this. I'm gonna show you guys the vehicle, kind of explain it, and then we're gonna jump into the first mod of this kind of build series. But without further ado, guys, here it is, the new vehicle for the channel. So guys, this is a 1997 Tahoe LT trim model, 4-wheel drive with a 5.7 vortec 350. I sold my Chevy Cruze. Bought this. As a lot of you guys know, I am married and I got a baby on the way. So I figured, why not upgrade to a little bit bigger SUV that's got a little bit more room. So we went ahead, I talked to the guy on this. His name's Jesse. I bought it from Kentucky. Super cool dude. We went down, picked it up, kind of checked it all over. And for it being a 97, yeah, it's got its little clear coat and dings on the hood. Up on the roof, it's not great. Headlights are a little faded. But he had receipts for like the new brakes, U-joints, fuel filter, fuel lines, different stuff like that. And that really showed me that he was taking care of the vehicle. He put the newer style wheels and tires on it. And again, guys, for this being a 97, it is fairly clean. The rockers aren't falling off of it. There's a little bit of bubbling right up in this area. The only like visible rust is here, and then there's some back here in the gas cap. But for the most part, this thing is really clean. I got my buddy Mike up here today. He's gonna be helping us do our first mod to the Tahoe. And the first mod is we're gonna be fixing the stance issue. So if you look down the side of the vehicle, you can clearly see that the rear tire is sucked in, and the front tire right up here has a nice poke to it. I have 2-inch wheel spacers that we are going to be tossing on this thing. They actually came off of the spare axle I bought for the 79 when I broke it trying to pull down a tree. That's a whole nother video. I'll try and link it down in the description. You guys can go and watch it. But we have those wheel spacers. So I got, like I said, my buddy Micah. We're going to jack up the rear end of the Tahoe, plop off the rear tires, throw on the spacers, and get this thing looking right. So what better way to bring you guys along and show you, like I said, you can ball on a budget. And we're gonna do a budget build on this thing. Probably everything from new hood, grill, get rid of the light bar up front, because I am not a huge fan of the light bar, which I'll kind of explain that later on. But we're gonna do kind of some interior stuff, which I'll jump in there and show you it before we really get started on the outside. But like I said, we're just gonna do a budget kind of build on this, from the exhaust to some upgraded front end parts, to just the normal maintenance stuff. But without further ado, I'll jump on the inside, kind of give you guys a quick little tour before we throw on the spacers. Alrighty, folks, jumping onto the inside, you can tell it's got the typical GM rip seat, and just wait, it sounds like a machine gun in here. Flashbacks to World War II and Vietnam right there. So we are obviously going to be fixing the seat. They are leather, they're cracked. I thought about swapping over to the cloth seats doing the front and rear, but I'm not sure. I might be able to find a set of these at a junkyard and just swap them in. For the most part, the interior is pretty clean. Everything works other than the power mirrors. I don't know if it's in the switch or if it's the actual mirrors itself, but all the windows roll down. The window locks actually work. I actually found that out. My wife was riding with me on the way back from Kentucky and she had her window cracked. Well, I hit the lock button and she went to go roll it up and she kind of looked over at me with a deer in the headlight look, because like I said, the window was stuck down about yay far. But after I unlocked it, it went up, no issues. It's got the, I don't even know what you'd call this, the center console on the roof. That's what we're going with. But everything's there. Most of the time you got some missing pieces. The entire center console here, everything works. The lid closes, opens. It just needs a really good detail and good cleaning. But yeah, little inside view, door panels are all nice. The seats flip up. And the number one reason why I wanted this one over any of the other ones, it's got the barn doors. I freaking love these things. They open so nice and smooth. I do have to replace the pin on this one because it does sag a little bit. Like it gets stuck, so you got to kind of lift on the left-hand door. But no, nice big trunk. I was telling my buddy Micah that we might end up either trying to clean the carpet or we might just get some carpet dye and shoot it all black. You guys let me know what you want to see. Either way, we'll make it happen. But we are going to be doing probably new rear bumper and just cleaning it up. New front bumper, redoing the light bar. But enough of me talking, let's go ahead and jump on in and get these wheels taken off and get the spacers thrown on. All right guys, as you can tell from the time lapse, we've got the vehicle up in the air. I do have the wheel spacer on, and I just wanted to show you guys real quick, but we ran into an issue. The actual lugs that come off the Tahoe are a 13/16 size, and the ones that are on the spacer here are a 3/4. So we'll have to go and get some new lug nuts. But I just want to explain, there's really cheap versions of wheel spacers and there's some not so cheap ones. These ones I'm going to say are probably somewhat in the middle. They're not the hub-centric one, which the hub-centric, basically when you slip it on the actual hub itself, it kind of forms itself to the hub to keep it from wiggling and stopping the movement. This one obviously doesn't have it, but these do have a little bit of girth and they're not super just cheap and lightweight. They are machined out of aluminum, as you guys can tell. These were actually on the rear axle that I bought for the 79. So I was like, hey, that should work perfect. But our threads, like I said, they're a different size. But no worries, I'll just go and get a 13/16 style this size that will thread on. Obviously when we put this on, it will thread on here, and then our honeycomb style or whatever you want to call these ones will go to a 3/4, so they will thread onto the spacer like such. But here is what it looks like. You guys can tell it's got that nice tire poke now, matches the front. I think the rear sticks out just a tad bit more, but obviously once you drop it and the body kind of comes down, I don't think you'll be able to tell much of a difference. And then the fact that the front tire up there is turned to the right just a tad, it kind of creates a little weird angle. But there it is, guys. I'm gonna probably halt on this project. Obviously we can't go any further, but we are going to jump over to some of the front end stuff. So obviously on my 98, I pulled this old grill off of it. This was what was on the truck for quite some time, but it's actually going to be going on the Tahoe. And what I'm going to do is pull the Tahoe apart. Obviously you can tell those headlights are all faded and stuff. We're actually going to be shooting this gloss black. I'm going to take the GMC off of it, and we'll take the bow tie out of the center of the Tahoe grill and kind of do the same thing. I'll probably mount it down here in the lower corner, but I'm going to go ahead and get this grill cleaned up. I got some gloss black spray paint, some high quality gloss black spray paint. I'll probably scuff the grill real quick with like a Scotch-Brite, clean it, and then shoot it, let it dry, and then hopefully we can toss it on the front of this thing. So let's go ahead and do that since we can't do the spacers. Went ahead and got this scuffed with a gray Scotch-Brite, guys. And like I said, this is just gonna be a quick little, just shoot and throw it on the truck. The reason why I'm gonna use the GMC grill, just because it came off of the 98 and I have a lot of extra headlights and stuff laying around for it already that will fit. Matter of fact, I know I have a brand new setup above the shop I can grab and toss in here. And I know this is OEM and it should fit relatively well. But we're gonna go ahead, like I said, I got this scuffed with the Scotch-Brite. I'm gonna wipe it down with some glass cleaner, just make sure it's somewhat clean, and then the spray paint. We're just gonna shoot it and see how it turns out. I don't think we're gonna have any issues. I'm not going for, professional. Like I said, I'm just doing a budget build. The grill here, it came off of my other truck. The spray paint, I probably have 10 bucks in it, 20 bucks in both cans. So we're gonna go ahead and get this thing shot, and I'll show you guys what it looks like here in a minute.
Ryan Little.
Well, there we go, guys. You can see we got it painted. And like I said, this is not perfect at all. This is $20 worth of spray paint. But you can see it's got a nice shine to it. There is a little bit of dust and stuff in there. No big deal. I might end up sanding it with like 2000 grit and just doing a quick little buff job over it. I do have one little kind of run right in there. You guys might be able to see it. And then one over here on the inside of this piece, but it's hard to see. My lighting's not the greatest in here. If that was maybe an LED bulb to where it's a little bit brighter, probably be able to see where I was shooting at. So I was just kind of dusting it over. But this side here, you can kind of see the different, like, I think it's road tar that's actually splattered up on the front of this. No big deal. We're gonna get it changed. But that's gonna do it for the video. Stay tuned for part 2, guys. We're gonna go ahead and get the correct lug nuts for the wheel spacers this week, and then we're gonna get a new light bar, and we're actually gonna be mounting it behind that grill. So stay tuned for that, because when I was looking at this, I was like, man, I'm gonna take all this apart, and I'm still gonna have this big old honky light bar on the front. I was like, I'm just gonna pick up a light bar this week. We're actually gonna get it tossed in right in this general area. We'll just undo the wiring from this one, which this light bar is an aux beam, so it's probably some pretty pennies, but we're just gonna get a cheapo to throw in there just to have it if we need it. And then that way we can swap all this stuff over. I have the new lights right here, brand new, that will be going in there. But stay tuned, guys. Like I said, part 2 will be coming. Hopefully you guys will enjoy the budget build series on this. Like I said, we're gonna kind of just track our pennies and everything as we go. But anyway, guys, remember, learning as I do, doing I love. I'm the GM Man. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.